Part 1. The Deal with Darkness. The night was heavy with the scent of damp earth and cigarette smoke as Mira paced outside the rundown apartment. She clenched her coat tighter around her shivering frame, her fingers trembling, not from the cold, but from the weight of the decision she had made. It had started as a simple thought, a whisper of an idea that slithered into her mind when desperation clawed at her throat. Now it was real. The deal was sealed. Jared, her blind friend, had trusted her. He had no one else. His world was painted in shadows, his days dictated by the voices and hands that guided him. And Mira had been one of those voices, his supposed protector. But poverty had a way of corroding morality, of making even the most wretched choices seem like salvation. Mira had no money, no future, and no escape from the suffocating walls of her life. Then came Mr. Alden, a wealthy old man with an eerie smile and eyes that gleamed with secrets. He had watched her struggle, offered her a way out. And all she had to do was hand Jared over. Jared had trusted her. She told herself it was mercy, that Mr. Alden had promised Jared a better life. He won't have to worry about rent, about food. He'll be taken care of, Alden had assured her with that thin, slithering voice. But there had been something in his eyes, something dark and unreadable, that sent a shiver up Myra's spine. Now, she stood outside the apartment, unable to step in. The deal had been made. Jared was gone. He had been taken away in a black car with tinted windows, his confused expression the last thing Mira saw before the doors closed. He had called her name, but she had turned away. It was done. Then the nightmares began. The first night, she woke to the sound of whispering. At first, she thought it was the wind slipping through the cracks in the walls, but as she strained to listen, she realized the voices were calling her name. Mira, Mira. She bolted upright, her heart hammering. The room was dark, save for the blinking neon light from the street below. She reached for her phone, but it was dead. A sudden gust of wind slammed her window shut, making her jump. A trick of the mind, she told herself. Just guilt playing games. But the next night, it got worse. She dreamt of Jared. He stood in a vast empty hallway, his blind eyes staring directly at her. His face was pale, his lips moving without sound. Then his hands reached out, long and clawed, grasping at the air. Behind him, a door creaked open, revealing Mr. Alden's silhouette. The old man smiled, stepping forward. And Jared screamed. Mira woke up drenched in sweat. The dream had felt so real, so visceral, that she could still hear the echoes of Jared's cries in her ears. But what truly unsettled her was the feeling in her chest, a sharp, suffocating pressure, as if something unseen was wrapping itself around her ribs. Then the calls started. The first came at 3 a.m. Her phone vibrated violently on the nightstand, its screen flickering with an unknown number. Hesitating, she picked it up. Hello. Silence. She was about to hang up when a faint sound crackled through the speaker, breathing. Shallow, rasping, as if someone was struggling to speak. Then, just before the call cut off, she heard it. Why did you sell me? Mira dropped the phone. It was Jared's voice. The next day, she went to Mr. Alden's mansion. The estate loomed at the edge of the city, hidden behind wrought iron gates and towering oak trees. She had never been inside, only ever meeting Alden at the cafe where he had proposed the deal. But now, standing before the towering doors, she realized she had no idea what kind of man he truly was. A butler answered, his face expressionless. Mr. Alden is expecting you. Her stomach twisted. I just wanted to check on Jared, to see if he's okay. The butler's gaze lingered on her, something unreadable in his cold eyes. Then he stepped aside. Right this way, miss. Mira followed him through the grand halls, her footsteps echoing against the marble floor. The house smelled of old books and something metallic, something that made her stomach churn. Portraits lined the walls, men and women frozen in time, their painted eyes following her every move. Finally, they stopped before a door. The butler knocked once, then pushed it open. Mr. Alden will see you now. Mira stepped inside and immediately regretted it. The room was dimly lit, the air thick with incense. Mr. Alden sat in a high-backed chair, his fingers steepled under his chin. But Mira barely noticed him. Her eyes were locked on the figure standing motionless by the window. Jared. He was facing away, his posture rigid. His clothes were the same as the night he was taken. Mira took a step forward, her voice catching in her throat. Jared. Slowly, he turned. Her breath left her in a silent scream. Jared's once blind eyes were now hollow, black pits stretching deep into his skull. His skin was deathly pale, his lips stitched together with thin, black thread. A single tear of blood trickled down his cheek as he raised a trembling hand toward her. Mira stumbled back, colliding with a small table and sending a crystal glass crashing to the floor. What did you do to him?" she demanded, her voice shaking. Mr. Alden chuckled. "I gave him purpose." Myra's head spun. This wasn't happening. This couldn't be happening. "You made a deal, Mira," Alden continued, his voice a venomous whisper. "And now, you belong to me too." The door slammed shut behind her. And the lights went out.